I was so excited for you to see that last shot in particular. Oh my God. All right, let's get them all out here. Here's 10 cast members from Walking Dead to celebrate the upcoming season 10. Please welcome Denai Gurira, Kaylee Fleming, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Melissa McBride, Avi Nash, Ryan Hurst, Nadia Hilker, Eleanor Matsura, Cooper Andrews, and last but not least, Mr. Norman Reedus.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome, 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 everyone.
Woo!
So I'll get settled.
Oh, fucked it all up.
Oh, I put this here? Oh, gosh.
Kaylee Fleming's first Comic-Con panel, Judith Grimes. I'm not gonna not take that. All right, good. All right, okay, so there's a lot to get through. I wanna start with Norman Reedus. What can we expect from Daryl season 10?
Wow. There's a whole lot of people kind of losing their shit this season.
Swear jar.
Yeah. And, you know, he's a leader. He's always been a leader, but he's really sort of watching everybody lose it. And he's trying to pick up the pieces behind them. There's a lot of paranoia this year. There's the threat is kind of like right next to us, and you can't tell who's who. And there's a lot of walls closing in around us in all directions. So he's trying to be a supportive person and get along with everyone.
We talked a little bit about this the other day because you did the podcast, and thank you for that. And Zainab McGreedis said, Norman, knowing what Daryl knows now and how he's evolved since the beginning, what advice would he give season 1 Daryl?
Oh, wow. Lighten up, maybe? I think trust people. I mean, you have to trust people. You have to unite. Everyone has to have a voice, and they have to be part of the conversation. And, you know, he was such a lone guy in the beginning and didn't trust anyone and had a chip on his shoulder. And I think, you know, people are a resource, if someone says that sometimes. Someone I know over there. But, you know, I think to trust the person around you, because you're gonna need to rely on them sooner or later, you know?
Melissa McBride.
Hi.
A lot of people really want to see a showdown between Carol and Alpha. How do you feel about that?
I feel the same way. Yeah, I feel like there deserves to be one. Carol wants vengeance. It's hard enough to try to survive in the world where everything in the world itself, the odds are against you, and you go one day to the next trying to justify going one day to the next. And it's so hard. Why are we doing this? And then you have a human being coming and making it all that much worse and taking things from you. I think there should be a showdown.
Yeah. And Carol has, since the beginning, has suffered loss after loss, and she always gets back up. She keeps going. She's proven that she is an incredible leader. How do you feel about her in season 10?
In season 10, she's leading. She's leading her own fight, I think, in a big way. And also by season 10, it's like Carol has been so many different types of people. Every season she comes back and there's a new evolution. And I think those aspects of Carol are extremely important, and they make sense, and they are why she's still here. And it's a survival mechanism.
Denai, for Michonne, last season was about grief. It was about loss, and it was a lot about how she could protect what's left. And she's also had an incredible journey of healing. So where is Michonne at in season 10?
Yeah, I mean, it was very much a lot of what I loved about how it was structured was, we got to go back and see what those wounds were even after Rick in terms of what happens with her friend and with almost losing Judith that really caused so much of that wall to build around her. So the healing that she starts to find in last season because of her very kick-ass daughter and her very awesome friend, Sadiq, really does, it's a responsibility now because now you're opening up again, and healing involves vulnerability, which is scary, and it also involves taking on the responsibility of all these people that you're now saying, I'm taking you all on, and that for Michonne, she protects to the end. So stepping into that next phase of what does it look like to open up again is what it's all about, and really how do you carry this number of people as she would want to and would expect herself to, and lean in on amazing folks. As I said, she has the most awesome daughter in the world. I must say, Walking Dead has an amazing knack for finding the most amazing child actors in the world.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Speaking
This
of
young
which,
lady
Kaylee
right
Fleming
here.
over there. Welcome.
What
This
the
is
heck?
Hall H. This is Kaylee Fleming. Now, for your fighting scenes, does having a gymnastics background, has that been helpful for you?
Totally. Because with sword training, you have to have very sharp movements.
How many kids get to say that? How many kids get to say that?
Well, you have to have really sharp movements, and having gymnastics has helped me a lot with that. But I have had a lot of sword training, and Denai looks so fierce when she does it. She makes it look so awesome, and so every time I train, I have to train to make it look like Denai talks.
But she does it better. Like, I'm officially obsolete. Go ahead.
I have to make it look like
ass.
she taught me how to do it because Michonne is the teacher of Judith. And so that's how I had to learn it. And so I had to learn how she did it, and you'll see more of that.
She's
later.
amazing, this young lady. I mean,
I hope you know the second you came on screen as Judith Grimes, everyone fell in love with that character. It's such a great, you are so good as Judith. So good. And so ready for this apocalypse, and so equipped with it. And I almost kind of get weirdly emotional because the show's been on for so long. And in 2012, Chandler Riggs, we were at the Comic-Con in New York, and it was his first panel, and he was your age. And I said, Chandler, what is your weapon of choice in the apocalypse? And he was like, oh, a flamethrower with a bayonet on the end. And I was like, damn, that's a good one. And so what is Kaylee, what is your weapon of choice for the apocalypse?
Well, I love the weapon that I have already, but if I had to have a different one, I have two. I think it would be cool to have Daryl's crossbow, but
but she'll use it better than you, Norman. That's the thing.
or Lucille.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, my God. That's the perfect answer.
I mean, they're both awesome, but
That's the best answer in the world.
Kaylee is smart as hell.
Tell you,
Jeffrey D. Morgan, it's lovely to see you here.
Thank
it was
you.
great to see Negan in the trailer. He has had a journey as well, and I'm still coming to terms with where do I land on this issue? It feels like he's rehabilitated, I guess. I don't know, but what does it mean that Angela said she's very excited? The term "release the Negan" keeps reappearing.
I like the release the Negan.
We heard it a lot last season. It's like when Alpha came around, you got to release the Negan. This is what you have to do.
Yeah.
If once you release the monster, can you then contain the monster of that? So what does that mean for you, and what are you excited about?
Well, last year was a long year for Negan, and it was really, 10 years? So it's been a long 10 years. So I think Negan is going to stretch his legs a bit this season, certainly. And as far as the redemption arc that he's kind of been on, and I think it's true. People ask all the time, is it real or is it an act he's putting on? I think that Negan's relationship with the likes of Judith is as genuine as it can be. But the thing about Negan is he is always going to be Negan. And now that he's out of that cell a little bit, and as the season goes, we'll see what happens. He's gonna, he's sharp and witty and a little bit cutting with the words he has to say, and we'll see what happens if he gets a weapon in his hands and what goes down.
All right.
Yeah.
See if he gets reunited.
But he's not gonna hurt Judith, I can tell you that right now.
No, she's going to take Lucille.
Yeah, she's gonna have Lucille, that's right.
We already covered that.
That's exactly right.
So you guys finally had a scene together, and Marzi Mel on Twitter wants to know, Norman, how is Daryl going to react to Negan and the fact that he saved Judith? Will he forgive but not forget what Negan did? And what's your general dynamic at this point?
Probably. It's great working with Jeff, I have to say. I work with all the girls all the time, and I love all the girls, but
Better.
Sometimes if someone's gossiping, they don't tell me what they're talking about. Jeffrey will tell me what he's gossiping about. But I like what Jeffrey's doing with the character this year. It's a completely different character than we saw before. And I think there's a mutual understanding between those two characters. I think, that they might need each other at some point. So, it's such a weird world because some of the bad guys are the good guys and the good guys are the bad guys and everybody thinks they're doing the right thing. So, we've all killed people, we've all done crazy things. So maybe there'll be a time when we need them and, that big bald badass behind us is probably might be the reason, So I don't know, I love working with Jeff. I've known him for a long, long time and it's pretty awesome. Huh?
Oh, no, come on. Why you guys bring that up? And these guys are trying to get along, and some dude in the fifth row goes, remember Glenn. Why you got to do that? It's like,
Valid.
they're having a great
what a
couples counseling
point.
session up here. You gotta poke the bear. Come on, dude.
It's been like 15 years, bro.
Valid point, Chris.
Oh, no.
Leopard spots, what?
Remember all the saviors that are dead.
Oh, there you go. Melissa, what was it like shooting the best friend scene from the trailer with Norman?
That whole day was one of the most memorable days of shooting that I've ever had. Of course, Norman is always great fun to work with, but that scene in particular, when he alludes that, you're my best friend, it comes as a surprise. And there's such a sensitivity to the whole idea of having a best friend, of being best friends in a world like that. And I think that for her to come back almost as a pill or, defensive a little bit or even sort of making fun in a way is a bit of a defense against feeling any more vulnerable.
Right.
Than to lose that.
So I have a question for Denai, which is there has been a lot of chatter about this possibly being the last season for you, for Michonne on The Walking Dead. And can you confirm if that's true or false?
Remember Glenn?
I can confirm that this is the last season I will be on the amazing TV show as Michonne. And I would just like to say that this has been one of the purest joys of my life to play this role and to be amongst these people and those that are not here right now, and amongst all of you. And I am very, very thankful for the experience that I've had in ways I can't even express right now. But I will say my heart does not leave in any way, shape, or form. The beauty of this show is that TWD family is forever. And the first time I came here in 2012, I felt this energy, and it doesn't ever end. And the connection between us never ends, and that's what keeps me going with the decision I made. It was a very difficult one, and it's not connected to my heart. My heart stays right here. But it was about my calling, in a sense, and other things I feel called to, and the opportunities I've had wanting to explore them for others through the other thing I do as a creator of work. So all I'm filled with is a lot of pain about leaving and a lot of gratitude, and thanks to all of you. I love you guys. I love this show, and TWD families forever. So forever. Thank you so much. I love you all.
I know. I know it's a thank you for your words, and thank you for your work, and thank you for being you. And it is hard to not get emotional about it because it has been such a 7-year journey. And I think as a fan, it's hard to say goodbye to Michonne. It's hard to say goodbye to you as a fan of the show, but as someone who is deeply a fan of you, Denai, I know you're an incredible playwright. You're an incredible writer. You're an incredible actor. The second I saw you on screen on Black Panther, I'm like, well, she's gonna probably do a lot of this. And I know that it's hard to say goodbye to you on the show, but I know that we as fans will see you in Hall H many, many, many times over, doing other many, many, many amazing things. And I just, as a person, I'm sad, and I'm also happy for you and honored that I've gotten to see you bring this character to life all these years. So thank you from the bottom of my
Chris.
heart.
I appreciate it.